Hello, fellow Hyrulians! I'm your guide, the Hyrule Historian, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda and the adventures on Koholint Island with our partner, Chuck. He's a cuckoo. There's not much more to say. And our lovely assistant, Marin. Hello, Marin! How are you today? And how are all of you today? Since in today's episode, we are going to be doing a little bit of exploring. Since one of the things that I have not done in a while is to collect enough rupees for a certain item which lies within this shop, which is so expensive, it just reminds me of the power bracelets from The Legend of Zelda, the Wind Waker. Well, the randomizers. But the thing is, we could get this bow and arrow right now. However, this guy here, he's watching us, and well, he'll end up stopping us. And honestly, I still don't feel like being a thief, so we have about like 100 plus rupees to go, I believe. Well, probably just right around 100. However, there are a few caves I wanted to explore, and that in the last episode at the end, we started to go to the Forest of Mystery, I believe is what it's called. So we are going to finish exploring there since there's a few areas now that we can go to. Let's see. Okay, the Mysterious Forest. Not the Forest of Mystery. But close enough. You can kind of see why it's called the Mysterious Forest. However, in the last episode, we also collected the secret seashell that was down here. Besides that, we are going to be getting a spear thrown at us. And we are going to make it up this way, since this is where the key to the first dungeon was. And if we make our way over here, we can drop down a hole and take some damage. However, I feel like I'm getting a little bit better at the combat, but it has been a while. I took a small break between episodes. And I've also remembered that there is a heart piece here within this cave that we were not able to get to first, since we have to lift the skulls up, which we need the power bracelets for. However, these skulls break extremely easy for being heavier than heavy. But yes, we got ourselves a heart piece, which will give us another full heart container. So, we are up to 9 hearts. And let's see. Need be a little bit of patience here, because we're having to face the early moblins. I feel like the spear moblins are more of a problem for me because they do range attacks, which I'm getting better at the moblins with the swords. But earlier on, we ended up going into these caves, which we've already collected one chest here, which then we have this chest right here, which had a skull in front of it, since, you know, we couldn't open the chest from the side. But besides that, we can throw a skull, and we can collect 50 rupees. Which, just imagine if this chest was actually just filled with, like, green rupees. And there were 50 green rupees in one chest. I know it would still be 50 rupees, but it wouldn't be a purple rupee. But also, getting rid of these light likes here. Now, I did activate this owl statue up here, but I don't know if I showed it off. And so what does it say? Music. The fish stirs within the egg. You are there. I am there, but I'm here. So if I'm over there, how am I here? Is this like an out-of-body experience? You know, on the lines of Spirit Tracks? Spirit Tracks. Still a game that I don't think many people cared for. Also, I'm starting to remember that still all of these holes were perhaps dug up by Dompe. Now another thing is, I don't think there was anything else left within the swamp. And I don't think we can destroy the flowers. So yeah, bombs do not help us, which bombs are supposed to help us in most occasions. Also, if I start sounding a little bit rough, it's because I've been sick for a little bit as well, so if my voice starts to fade in and out, that's kind of why. This is what I say, what happens when you record a lot. But since we also have the power bracelets, we can enter here, which it looks like we just need the Pegasus shoes, boots, which we can collect ourselves another chest, which that makes 100 rupees. So we should have enough for the bow and arrow now. But if I work around this right, I still believe that there's a trick to this. It's just pixel perfect. As you can kind of see, it's one failed attempt after another. And so if I'm not mistaken, we will get the hookshot later on, I believe. I'm not sure if the hookshot was first introduced. Well, no, it was first shown within Link to the Past, but I don't know if it was in this one or if we get the Rock's cape within this one. Also, I'm not really worried about the piece of power, since after collecting it about 50 times, you kind of know what to expect, and it just makes the whole thing easier. Also, random rock in the middle of the forest. I mean, why is it here? Well, so for most people that may not know, it hides a secret stairway. And this was something back in the days that was one of the most questionable areas within Link's Awakening. Which, yeah, I can see why. But this also references a enemy from the original Zelda and a character that you would find within Link to the Past. So if we just use our magic powder here, well, we'll end up finding a little devil, which in Link to the Past, he will end up cursing us and giving us a bigger magic meter, but within this one, he will do something slightly different.
Hey kid, you woke me up from my nap. Thanks a lot. Now I'll get my revenge. Are you ready?
No, not really.
I'll let you carry more magic powder. Are you ready?
What happened if I say no? Him and that little scream. He's not the brightest devil, I'll say that much. Another thing is, I believe he was supposed to be like a reference to another character that was only released in Japan, such as like the prince I mentioned in a previous episode, which he turns into a frog. This little devil is supposed to be like that. He's a reference to something.
Okay, I'll let you carry more bombs.
So if we say no, he'll end up giving us another curse. Which, in other words, is just us carrying more items. So what will happen if I say no again?
Fine. I'll let you carry more arrows.
But I don't have the bows yet, so I don't see how that would help me. And honestly, out of all these items, I would end up only using the bombs or the arrows the most. The powder, not so much. So, of course, you guys should all know what my answer is. Great, we get electrocuted. I think that, you know what, we get electrocuted but take no damage out of it. Amazing. Link is electric proof. Somehow.
You deserve it. Now look at all that junk you have to carry. Take care. See you again.
Okay, so yes, that is one of the most questionable characters within Link to the, he is in Link to the Past, but in Link's Awakening is what I meant to say. But now we can carry 60 bombs. One of the best days ever. We'll leave that for him. He won't mind. I'll end up sharing a bomb with him. Hello, lady. How are you? Yeah, so far within this new Link's Awakening, I think one of my favorite characters in this new Link's Awakening are the Great Fairies and just how they look. But yes. In the original Link's, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but like in the original Link's Awakening, it was supposed to be just like a pond there, but now it has like that interesting structure to it. But moving back this way, there's one other place that we was not able to get to before. And let's see. So yes, Crazy Tracy. This is a character that, well, kind of as the name says, she's a little bit crazy, but she's also somehow connected to the witch that is south of us.
Hey there, big boy. I'm Crazy Tracy. I don't have a good voice for her. Hi there, big boy. I'm Crazy Tracy. I got a little secret for sale to pump you up.
Really?
Will you give me 28 rupees for my secret?
No. I'll pass for right now.
Well, I'm only offering you a secret that will make you stronger.
You're such a chicken. I'm sorry, but I don't think this shield and sword says it belongs to Chuck. I believe it says it belongs to Link, and Link is not a chicken, since of how much courage he has. But if you say I'm a chicken and you say that your secret makes me stronger, it is something I will keep in mind. Also, there's one last thing that I wish to do while over in this section. And I don't think I've done it before. However, at the same time, I think I may have. Hi, Keys. Hi, Beetle. Beetle. Go. Shoo. I mean, that Keys was trying to help me. And yes, we have already done this. Since I kind of showed you guys that small secret. And yeah, okay. This makes a little bit more sense since we just show up in the graveyard. But now we are able to buy the greatest item, one of the greatest items within the game, and the most expensive. Do you see our rupee count? Do you? Well, there it goes. But with that said, we now have ourselves a bow. And if we have the bombs out at the same time, yes. How many of you knew of that? I was actually talking to somebody once before, and they mentioned how much it's interesting to use multiple items within Link's Awakening, such as the bombs and the arrows, which, of course, later games they just made the bomb arrows, but yes, it is that simple to use bomb arrows within this game. But yes, to actually end this episode, I want to head up here, because I believe we talked to this kid once before, and yeah, he's talking about this dream shrine over here, which will once again grant us something well worth our time. So we're going to end this episode by entering the dream shrine and see if we can get a hold of this item that I speak of. So, within the Dream Shrine, if you're not aware, you pretty much just go to sleep and you go into a deeper sleep since this is already the dream world. But, yes, we are pretty much facing these guys, which, honestly, you just need the boots, and yeah, as you kind of seen up there, there was a very nice item, a very familiar item if you have played throughout some Zelda games before. However, you would normally not be able to get to it without the Pegasus boots, since we have that jello-like stuff. But we also have a chest over here, which contains a silver rupee. So, we just got ourselves a silver rupee, so we got some of our money back. I'm so used to having the feather there. With the Pegasus shoes, we can now jump up through the stairs and grab ourselves the very familiar item which comes later within Ocarina of Time, which this is resembling the Fairy Ocarina, which in Link to the Past there was an ocarina there, but it was like the Ocarina of Winds, which was connected to Minish Cap, and it also resembled the Ocarina of Time since it was a blue ocarina. But the only difference that I can spot right off is that this does not have a green gem on it, which the Fairy Ocarina did. And this is going to help us a lot throughout our adventure. But yes, let's see. Congratulations! You got the ocarina. You should learn to play it. You should learn to play many songs. But yes, that will do it for this episode. And but yes, since Link doesn't know any songs, he can't end this episode properly. So in the next episode, we will probably learn ourselves the first song with the ocarina, and we will make our way towards the desert, which I believe that's where the owl told us to go to. So guys, this has been the Hyrule Historian. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like or a comment below, and don't forget to blast that subscribe button. But besides that, I will see you all within the next episode. Thanks for watching, and later.